Hey guys, welcome to Heat Happy Energy Amor Tarot. So today we are going to, do a third party reading, but we are going to kind of look at the psychological dynamic of this triangle. It's going to be a little different from the third party readings that we normally do. The first energy is King of Wands. This is the psychological dynamic of the triangle. See, this is at the center of this triangle. There appears to be a very strong personality here. King of Wands. This is the energy um, of a personality who's driving this situation, this whole connection. It's like, someone here tends to take charge, to lead the direction, um, and to move according to their own impulses and desire. There is this one person who is kind of making things move or stay stuck here. This dynamic can create a situation where others in the connection may end up reacting to this person's energy rather than moving equally within the relationship. So I already see an imbalance. There is one person who's trying to control everything. It's like my way or highway. This is what I need. This is what I want. Um, I can't do this. I can't do that. That kind of an energy is what's showing up. So there's also a sense that passion and attraction play a huge role here, um, in how decisions have been made here. See, the connection may have been fueled by excitement, chemistry, passion, a sense of intensity that can sometimes override, deeper emotional reflection. In some ways, this energy suggests that the direction of this triangle is largely been influenced by, again, one person's personal desires here, what they want in the situation. So yeah, that is that is the main crux of that here. Now, Four of Pentacles, see what they feel with third party. There's a feeling of holding on very tightly. Maybe this is there's a situation related to security, stability. um, this connection may give them a sense of familiarity that they are reluctant to release. They are just holding on to their purse. They don't want to release. Maybe finances are very important to them. See, sometimes when people hold on too tightly, it is less about deep emotional flow, but more about their own comfort and control. And that's what is happening, especially with that King of Wands coming out as the first energy here. Relationship may feel very predictable or safe in certain ways, even if it is not necessarily expansive or deeply fulfilling, but there is some sort of, uh, you know, safety in terms of societal norms. So there's also a tendency of, you know, to guard emotions, to keep things contained rather than fully express emotions here. So the connection with third party may be maintained out of comfort, control, security, rather than emotional openness. Six of Pentacles, what they feel with you. Again, the imbalance comes in here. See, the energy shifts into something that feels more interactive, yes, because there is some exchange happening, but it feels like the exchange is happening only one way here again. This can be a connection where generosity of energy exists, where there are moments of kindness, emotional understanding, perhaps a feeling that both people have something meaningful to offer to other. But I still feel one person has been offering more than the other. See, with you, there appears to be more reciprocal emotional exchange, though balance within that exchange may still be a question that I have here uh, to a large extent. Now, if you're finding this reading meaningful so far, do subscribe to the channel. We have Ace of Wands. See, hidden motivation behind their choices. Their behavior is driven by desire, the excitement, passion, new beginnings. Again, the King of Wands showing up in the beginning here. This card often reflects someone who follows what feels energizing or stimulating in the moment rather than what you kind of look at in a long term way. So there may be strong attraction to experiences that kind of ignite their curiosity or enthusiasm. And sometimes decisions are influenced by the pursuit of that spark rather than that long term thought process or emotional clarity, so to speak. This can represent a person sometimes who is drawn towards energy of possibilities and new experiences. Desire for passion, excitement maybe influences many choices here in this situation. Now, Seven of Pentacles. Um, See, third party may represent something they have invested time, energy, effort over a longer period of time. Because of that investment, they may feel compelled to pause and evaluate whether the effort should continue. Sometimes people stay in situations not purely because of intention, but because they feel they've already invested so much time, energy, effort, that they want to see what it may eventually grow into, even if it sucks. That's the truth. See, third party may symbolize an investment they are still evaluating and deciding whether it's worth continuing. Ten of Wands. um, there's a sense of emotional pressure of responsibility surrounding the situation. At times it may feel as though the weight of managing multiple situations, dynamics, it has become very heavy. This card talks about a lot of responsibilities. So carrying unresolved emotions, expectations of responsibilities between multiple people can create a sense of exhaustion. The energy of Ten of Wands basically suggests someone who may feel overwhelmed by the complexity of the situation itself. The situation may feel emotionally heavy, difficult for them to manage or maintain at this point. What they avoid admitting is Magician. See, deep down, they may be more aware of their influence over the situation than they admit, basically. The Magician represents someone who understands the power they have over a situation. um, that they are the one who can kind of shape the direction of the situation. So there may be moments where they recognize that their choices, actions, communications have played a significant role in creating the dynamics that now exists here. um, but admitting that level of responsibility can feel like confronting sometimes, and not everyone is brave enough for confrontations. Confrontations are for brave people. See, they may avoid fully acknowledging how much influence they have had in shaping this situation because they find it difficult to accept that they are the ones who have created the mess here. Now, hidden behavior that they have in the situation, Seven of Swords. See, this is like where not everything within the situation has been completely transparent. There may have been moments where avoidance, secrecy, indirect behavior has occurred. So sometimes people choose subtle or evasive approach because they are trying to avoid difficult conversations. So that is what I see happened here. However, over time, this can create confusion, mistrust. This can lead to chaos in connections within the dynamic. So there have been elements of avoidance, secrecy, not addressing situations, which has influenced the whole dynamic here. Emotional core is the Empress. See, at the heart of this reading, there's a reminder of the emotional warmth, the care, the value of nurturing energy in the connection. Empress represents somebody who naturally, embodies warmth, compassion, love, ability to create emotional safety within relationships. So this highlights the importance of recognizing one's own value and the love one brings into the connection. This energy reminds you of the power of self-worth and nurturing love within relationships, how important that is. Now, Four of Cups, see the direction the situation is moving forward towards. There may come a moment where someone begins to emotionally re-evaluate the whole situation, the dynamics. The Four of Cups reflects contemplation. This is a pause where someone begins to question whether the options in front of them are really fulfilling them. Are they really worth it? This energy invites deeper emotional awareness and reflection here. The future may involve a period of reflection where someone reassesses what truly, you know, brings emotional fulfillment. And if it doesn't, then what's the point of investing? See, relationships are not built on attraction alone, they are built on effort, presence, emotional involvement, trust. All of that, merges into uh, one thing, and that is how attraction happens. What is truly attractive in any connection is the willingness someone has to show up, the effort the person puts in, the energy the person is ready to invest in that, um, to meet you halfway where you are. Because, see, real love isn't something that has to be chased endlessly, where, it has to be carried all alone like a heavy weight. Real love participates, real love contributes. So, if you ever find yourself questioning your worth in someone's life, pause for a moment and remember that effort is one of the purest forms of affection, of uh, showing the other person how much they matter. And if this person is not putting in the effort, they just leave you into this uncertain space, then is it really worth it? That's a question that you need to ask yourself. See, the people who truly value you will make you feel like, if you have to ask somebody for their time, their attention, for conversation, then I mean, it's already useless, it's pointless. So if that is something that you have to ask for, the other person cannot offer from, their own side, there's no point staying there. Focus on yourself and move on from that person. That is what I would say. I hope this gave you some clarity. Thank you for watching.